Hey everybody, it's great to be back with you for our second Maranatha moment. And here we gather in the Chapel of the Incarnation. We dedicated this altar back in 2013 in honor of Betty Lou Reckmeyer. And we've been working on it for the years following, right up to the latest creation, which is this icon of Christ the Pantocrator. It portrays him as ruler of all, incarnate. The Word became flesh and dwelling in our midst. And rumor has it that Tamara Tyler, who wrote this icon, is also making 2 archangels to flank him. I want you also to notice this cross made by Michael Wilson, Karen Wilson's husband, and he is currently working on a couple of candlesticks that will match. We gather in this chapel to talk about how in a weary year we need to rest. And Jesus' genealogy points us the way how to rest. Now, I bet you're curious about how that works, but I want you to notice how the genealogy ends in the Gospel of Matthew. Verse 17. Matthew summarizes, "Thus there were 14 generations in all from Abraham to David, 14 from David to the exile in Babylon, and 14 generations from the exile to the Christ." 3 sets of 14 is also 6 sets of 7, which is very significant. 6 sets of 7 brings us to the 7th set of 7. That kind of sounds like the Sabbath, doesn't it? And let's review briefly what we know about the Sabbath. Well, it starts with the day that God rested after 6 days of creation, and God inviting Israel to join him by hallowing the Sabbath day. God also granted rest on the 7th year, called the sabbatical year, in which the Israelites were supposed to let the fields lie fallow. And then on the 7th set of sabbatical years, so this is after 49 years, 7 sevens, the 49th year, God declared a jubilee in which all the slaves were freed and the debts were forgiven. Matthew is saying that the jubilee is here. That 7th seven that Jesus is beginning is a foretaste of the liberation and the rejoicing and the rest that God promises in the new creation, when Jesus will make the whole creation new. Matthew's saying that the 7th seven has begun with this guy. And what is the rest that he gives? Ultimately, it's the rest of the whole creation in a state of restoration from death and evil. But in the near term, we can look at this rest, and first, in the most immediate way, is we can rest because of what he has done. We can rest. We saw that yesterday. The gospel is not advice. It's not saying what we should do, but it is good news of what has been done already for us. Now, most of us work really hard. Many of us are working too hard. We spend our days striving, oftentimes to live up to expectations, other people's expectations, our own expectations. Ultimately, we're trying, I think, to live up to God's expectations. But the good news about Jesus is that you don't have to keep trying to prove yourself based on what you did, based upon what you do, because he has done it already. We don't have to live up. We don't have to prove ourselves to God. We can chill because he's got us covered. We still work, of course, but it's working not to earn God's love, but as an expression of God's love. That's one way he can give us rest. The second way is he can give us rest from the troubles and evils of the world. And of course, he's not removing those things, not yet. We still face them, but with Jesus, we can face them knowing that he has control of history. And this isn't just optimism that he's giving us, but a certainty that in the end, all will be well. And because he's in control of history, he's guiding our lives, he's bringing us through these difficult circumstances, he's shaping us through them. So in the midst of trial, in the midst of weariness and waiting, we can rest assured that his purpose is good and it will be fulfilled. Amen. Maranatha.